Of the district's mission statement, providing an exceptional education where all students are known, valued, and empowered to thrive. Are there any additional items for the agenda? Hearing none, do I have a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved.
Motion by Laura Size, do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Dave Olson. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. Motion carries 5-0, right? Yeah, 5-0. I can count today. Yay. Recognition of visitors and open forum. We have a few people sitting in the audience with us. Welcome. Positive recognition. Laura, get your list out.
I have it. You want me to go first then?
Go ahead.
Okay. Well, one thing I forgot to mention last time, the JWP Math League was second out of 11th with 3 meets left. I don't know if we got an update yet from that one, because that was in January 14th was that date
They have
that
a
I heard.
competition this week.
Okay, so we don't know where they're at, but
No.
they're sitting good again. I just want to say congratulations to Lane Hartfield on his retirement after 35 years as a custodian at both JWP and Trinity. Excel Award winners are Hudson Miller and Gavin Weedman. Congratulations. AAA Award winners, Cale Langford and Devin Cowden. And the Lady Grizzlies won their first ever team championship. Our wrestling coach, Adam Wrestler, hit 200 career wins. And I believe Cale Langford qualified for state, correct?
Yes, she did.
Correct.
And I want to do another special shout out to a previous JWP athlete, Aiden Oldenburg, who is in the Olympics for curling. So be sure to check that out. They're starting here in the next day or so for their team. So their team Casper, he used to bowl on our bowling team, our first ever state team, and he also holds a pole vaulting record here at JWP. So,
Yeah. There is an article, or they did a story on him on Care 11
oh, did they?
about the yo-yoing he does.
Oh, yeah, he's so
So
good.
there is something on Care 11 about him also.
He can juggle. He's an amazing juggler too. So, so yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there since he was a former athlete of ours. So,
To add to it, band, choir, and art had their conference showcase on Saturday. There aren't any awards given out for it, but we did have participants in with the band, the choir, and our art program, visual arts. So they'll be going to sections later in the school year for, to see where they rank amongst the other schools.
Nice. Anybody have anything else?
The FFA Ag Mechanic Group is going to state.
oh, nice. What does that mean? I didn't even realize there was a.
They sent a few kids to the tech school in Mankato, and they took 3rd place.
Oh, there was
So
an
they get-
actual competition. Oh, cool.
Yep, it involves welding and diagnosis of engines and electrical components and stuff like that. So, team of 4 are going to state.
Oh, neat.
And I see donkey basketball's coming up.
Yep. Are you riding a donkey?
I did that back in the day. That was enough.
I agree with Kevin. I did
Yeah,
it once.
once was enough.
Once is enough.
If you need pictures, I think I could dig them out. But
Does anybody have anything else? All right, well, congratulations to everybody. So now we will move on to the donations that we have received. From Andy Arnold, we received the screens on the scoring table, and it's for dynamic messaging during home events in the gym. It looks great. I saw it last week. Box top for education, $38.50 for school expenses. Wasika Area Foundation, $1,000 for the John Preeb Scholarship. The University of Minnesota, $1,713.75 for agriculture classroom supplies and taxidermy. An anonymous donor for $250 for the Liz, I'm not even.
Quebec.
Classroom surprise. I always mess up her name. And then Michael and Sally, is it Botin or Botin?
Botten.
Botten. $25 to FFA. So do I have a motion to accept the donations with many thanks?
I'll make a motion to approve the donations with many thanks.
Motion by Laura Size. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Dave Olson.
Dave,
Yes.
Laura,
Yes.
Kevin,
Yes.
Katie,
Yes.
and Sherry.
Yes. Motion carries 5-0. On to reports and presentations. Student representative reports.
I don't really have too much to say. Our girls' basketball is doing really well, sitting at 16-7. Our boys are doing extremely well, sitting at 20-2, and they're ranked third. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
And our wrestling sitting at 10-12, I believe. That's all I really got.
Okay. Any questions? All right, thank you.
So, thanks.
On to the superintendent report.
Busy time of year with everything going on, but elementary principal has had we do mid-year check-ins with Q-Comp and paraprofessionals, and those are all complete. So they were great meetings, very productive, and they're continuing to help our students be successful. High school principal's done the same check-ins, which is great. And then he's doing a lot of work with PSEO and CIS classes. So during our next meeting, it'd be March 2nd is our study session. He'll have a lot of information about the PSEO and CIS classes at that time. Nikki, our AD, spring registration went live today with emails going out to parents to register. Like we said, Kale Langford is the first female wrestler that we've had qualify for the state tournament. So she'll wrestle on Thursday, February 26th. Team sections for wrestling starts this Thursday. We have a home match. We received the number 3 seed in our section. We will wrestle against the number 6 seed Blue Earth. If we win, we will be wrestling Saturday at WEM. We're also hosting individual sections for wrestling this year on February 21st. Wendy's business manager has been working on a revised budget. She'll have that, plan to have that ready for our March meetings. Should be helpful having negotiations completed. Then community ed, Samantha, Samantha's still looking into the infant care as a possibility. The schools that she's interviewed and talked to about it, it doesn't look very promising. However, she's going to keep looking into it. Then she's also looking for more and different programming here at JWP. Buildings and grounds, Mike and I did a safety walkthrough with Sheila, the school resource officer, the other day. Noticed that we could use a camera on the loading dock, so today they put a camera on the loading dock so we can see everything going in and out of the loading dock. And then Mike's also reached out to Daktronics about a digital billboard for down at the sports complex to possibly do some advertising on. So that was good. Adam's been working on getting ready for a testing season that's coming up in the next month or two. And he's working out some logistics for our host server to move that to a new platform because they've doubled the price of what it currently costs. So looking to save some money and move it to a different platform. Annika's been working on the Red Rover implementation for next year. Working through our first few experiences with the Minnesota paid leave. Our insurance committee's analyzing employee benefit brokers' options to see if we want to make any changes there. And we have the potential of applying for and receiving the MTSS grant, again, for the 26-27 school year. As you can remember, this year we received $152,000 for that grant, so we'll be looking to apply for that again. Laura in the nurse's office, she's doing rescreening with hearing and vision for not only JWP, but Trinity and Ruby Ranch. We have a wellness committee meeting, or a wellness policy meeting on February 16th to add in some federal requirements that will help us score better on that. And the elementary will be doing a food drive in March. Sheila, our school resource officer, will be starting DARE classes next week. And then we're looking at a standard response protocol to take the place of Alice. And Alice would only be used for if there was an active shooter in the building. The standard response would be for other situations. But more to come with that as we learn more about it. Special education's looking at some English language learner evaluations, trying to figure them out because we need an interpreter for some of those. The original quote we got for an interpreter was very expensive. So doing some more looking, there is a doctoral student at MSU that would be willing to accept, or to help us with those evaluation for a fraction of the price. And then we're always looking at what we can do to serve these students that don't necessarily qualify for special education, and how we can support them better in the classrooms. Then I just got an email the other day from the Minnesota State High School League. It says they're looking at adding girls wrestling as a standalone sport, girls flag football, and esports. Each of the groups are seeking approval would intend implementation in either the 26-27 school year or the 27-28. The way it sounds, they would be mainly in the 27-28 or later, because they have to go through a whole process. Nikki and I are also looking at what we charge for passes, for family passes and adult passes, getting into our sporting events and activities. We're looking at sports fees and then fine arts fees. And then I'm working on a policy and the procedure for possible naming rights of facilities to help increase revenue for the district. Any questions for me?
Has anything ever come up on boys volleyball again?
Nothing has recently.
Anything else? All right, thank you. On to the budget information, treasurer's report.
Just again showing our cash balance right now. We did have that $300,000 CD renew last week. Just rolled the interest and everything into that. It was about $12,600, I think, was the interest earned over the year on that CD. And then the student counts I updated with the 24-25 counts. I think is the final count for what MDE has now. So I think it was maybe 3 or 4 higher than what we had been seeing. So there's a little bit of cleanup and gained a couple more ADM in 24-25. And then the 25-26 estimates, again, are still just estimates. But we're still kind of holding that ADM is probably going to fall around where we budgeted with the different factors going in with PSEO and partial things. We might get we'll get some more of the ECSE as their service hours are entered and reported. But we're still just kind of, the estimate's still kind of, I feel like is going to be pretty close to what it will end up being at the end of the year.
Any questions for Wendy? Thank you. Committee reports, non-certified negotiations. Anything to update there?
Well, we tentatively
We've-
agreed on.
Yeah,
all-
we've reached tentative agreement with the clerical staff, paraprofessional staff, and the custodial staff. Clerical staff has already approved theirs and ratified their contract. We're waiting for the red line version of the contracts to come back for the paraprofessional and custodial group to ratify theirs. They're hoping to vote on that on March 3rd, so we would be approving that at our next board meeting or at our regular board meeting in March.
Can you send that to us ahead of time,
Yes.
please?
Once we have it, we'll get it. They, the local union 70 controls the contracts, so we can't mess with them, so we're waiting on the red line version. So, but we'll send it as soon as we have it.
Any other questions? All right, on to the approval for the consent agenda. Before I just want to make a clarifying statement on policy 624, online instruction that's in there. It looks like it has a lot of changes, but all it is reformatting. So everything that's crossed out says exactly the same as what's in red. So it's just, I put it in the order that MSBA has, so when they make changes, it's easier for whoever to update can find them. So it looks like a lot, but it's exactly the same verbiage in there. Is there anything that needs to be pulled out of the consent agenda? If not, do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
I'll move to approve the consent agenda.
Motion by Laura Size, do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Dave Olson. All those in favor say aye.
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 Those opposed say nay. Motion carries 5-0. Old business. On to the MVed.
Yeah, we've talked about this before, but moving from a Southwest Metro intermediate school district 288, which is Jordan, Chaska, Shakopee, to MVed for our level 4 students that get educated. So it would be shorter transportation for them, less money in the end to move from Southwest Metro to MVed. This move would happen in July, so it'd be a July 1st move. So we'd finish out the year with Southwest Metro moving to MVed. I have talked with Tim Collins at St. Clair and also Dan Anderson at Maple River, who both have MVed, and they're very happy with MVed and the work that they do with those districts.
Any questions on that?
Thanks for your work on that,
Yes, thank you.
all of you. I'm sure you did too.
Do I have a motion to approve the?
The move,
The agreement?
so moved.
Motion by Kevin Bourne, do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Laura Size. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. Motion carries 5-0. Then we have the second reading of policy 513. Is there any questions on that? If not, we'll approve that at the next meeting. On to new business, to approve the JWP Waterville Legion Morristown ECSE Shared Services Agreement.
So, yeah, we have one of our early childhood special education teachers, Lisa Green Lee, works with our birth to age 3 students. And WEM does not have a teacher to work with their students. So they asked if they could contract some time with us as an unneeded basis to, so we could help provide those services. I talked with Lisa at the beginning of the year about it. She was all for it. So we just needed to get an agreement together. So this is the agreement that we came up with. Business managers and both superintendents have looked at it and are good with the agreement.
Okay. Any questions?
So I know when we were talking about negotiations there, Lisa specifically come up as needing to add some more days and hours. So it seemed like she was already working more than what her contract allotted for.
Well, she does a lot of work over the summer for
Right.
the ECSD because it's the birth to 3.
Yep.
Yeah.
So she does a lot of, takes referrals from the county and does home visits and things over the summer as well.
So just wondered
That
how
would be the
this,
contracted, that additional contracted time that we would do for summer workers.
You said she needed more hours, or
Yeah.
she was?
because she was working more hours than what she was. Anyways, I was just curious if this agreement is gonna overwhelm her with hours needing to be put in.
It shouldn't
I
overwhelm.
don't think
Okay.
so. I think she's got one student right now who from Wellman that she's working with. So I
Okay.
think she's feeling like it's manageable right now, but
Okay.
certainly keep an eye on it.
Yep.
Thank you.
How is that agreement if it does get to be overwhelming with her? Like, is it set in stone for a year, or is it like?
It's, with it being an as-needed basis, we can, if she's overwhelmed and we don't have, there's no time for her, then they'll have to look for a different resource.
Okay. Any other questions? If not, do I have a motion to approve the shared services agreement?
A motion.
Motion by Dave Wilson. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Laura Size. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. Motion carries 5-0. And then we have the first reading of a list of policies that, just kind of trying to catch up with getting on a rotation of updating policies. And I know for 606.6, that was worked on with Nate.
The media center specialist.
I'm getting, my names are just like gone. So, we have that one, and then the graduation requirements, I know there was some new things, so, the high school principal's looking at that as well. Any questions on those?
So
Right.
they haven't looked at that yet to make any changes, or?
Which one, 613
Like the
and 620?
graduation one? Or, yeah, as
I
Nate.
made a change today because there was, Katie pointed out that the art requirement was listed 3 times in that policy.
Oh.
So we got rid of 2 of the 3.
Yeah.
That's why there's always good
And
to
then
have
I
extra
know
eyes.
Friday afternoon, David and Andrea were meeting to start talking about 613. And he was looking into that more.
So we're okay reading it before?
Yeah, we're okay. Yep.
the-
We can make
okay.
changes in it up until
Okay.
we approve it.
So,
So if they feel that there's changes that need to be made, I will relay that information to
Okay.
everybody.
Okay, anything else? All right, our upcoming meetings is March 2nd, a study session with the curriculum and instruction. March 16th is a regular meeting. April 6th is a study session, including finance and operations. April 20th is a regular meeting. May 4th, a study session. May 18th, a regular meeting. June 1st, a study session with the curriculum and instruction presentation again. And then June 15th and July 20th are regular meetings. So with that, we will adjourn at 5:54.
Thing is that they can hear that in the